Call this meeting of the Common Council to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Horn.
Excused.
Byer. Here. Peachy.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Randall.
Here.
Lars.
Excused.
Tully.
Here.
Cross.
Here.
Thank you. Oh, you know what I don't have? The polio day. Do the
Amanda, do you have
Do you have the
the,
World Polio Day? Okay. At this time, we'll entertain public participation. Anyone that would like to address the council may do so. Seeing no one, we'll move on to a mayoral proclamation. Thank you. Rotary International Proclamation at the request of our local Jefferson Rotary Club. Whereas Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million neighbors, friends, and leaders and problem solvers who unite and take action to create lasting change in communities across the globe. And whereas the Rotary motto, service above self, inspires members to provide humanitarian service, follow high ethical standards, and promote goodwill and peace in the world. And whereas Rotary in 1985 launched Polio Plus, and in 1988 helped establish the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, which today includes the World Health Organization, U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, UNICEF, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to immunize the children of the world against polio. And whereas polio cases have dropped 99.9% since 1988, and the world stands on the threshold of eradicating the disease. And whereas to date, Rotary has contributed more than $1.9 billion U.S. dollars and countless volunteer hours to protecting more than 2.5 billion children in 122 countries. And whereas Rotary is working to raise an additional $50 million per year, which would be leveraged for maximum impact by an additional $100 million annually from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And whereas these efforts are providing much needed operational support, medical staff, laboratory equipment, and educational materials for health workers and parents. And whereas, in addition, Rotary has played a major role in decisions by donor governments to contribute more than $8 billion to the effort. And whereas there are over 1,450 Rotary members in more than 51 clubs throughout this Rotary district that sponsor service projects to address such critical issues as poverty, disease, hunger, illiteracy, and the environment in their local communities and abroad. Therefore, I, Dale Opperman, Mayor of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, do hereby proclaim October 24th, 2019 as World Polio Day in the City of Jefferson, and encourage all citizens to join me and Rotary International in the fight for a polio-free world. Thank you. Next, we'll move on to resolution number 44, tonight's consent agenda, please. Alderman Tully.
Thank you, Mayor. City of Jefferson, resolution number 44. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the consent agenda for October 15, 2019 is hereby adopted. A, we had vouchers payable for October 2019 in the amounts of $185,878.98 and September 2019 manual checks in the amount of $3,383.11. Payroll summary for October 11, 2019 of $169,200.47. B, we approve council minutes from the October 1st, 2019 of the Common Council. And C, licenses as approved by the Regulatory Committee. We had 2 operators licenses tonight and no special class B licenses. I would so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderwoman Byer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of tonight's consent agenda, please signify by saying aye as Amanda calls your name. No or abstain if you were not here.
Alderman Byer. Aye. Peachy.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Cross.
Thank you. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn to closed session pursuant to section 19.85 parent C of the Wisconsin State Statutes to discuss the hire of a full-time dispatcher and a part-time patrol officer.
So move.
It's been moved by Mr.
Second.
Peachy, second by Mr. Brandel. On a roll call, please. All in favor signify by saying aye as your name is called.
Alderman Peachy.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Cross.
Aye.
Byer. Aye.
Thank you. We will reconvene for further action. are back to open session. At this time, we will consider resolution number 5, a resolution authorizing the hire of a full-time dispatcher. Alderman Kraus, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members, citizens of Jefferson. City of Jefferson Resolution Number 45. Whereas Police Chief Pileggi has taken steps to fill a vacant position in the police department for a full-time dispatcher, and whereas the open position was publicly advertised and interviews were conducted with 7 potential candidates of 22 applicants, and whereas Police Chief Pileggi is recommending that Caitlin Rutz be hired by the City of Jefferson to fill the vacant position. And whereas the Personnel Committee, having reviewed the qualifications of Miss Rutz and the recommendation of Chief Pileggi, is also recommending the hire of Miss Rutz to the Common Council. And whereas the Chief of Police has full-time funds allocated in his 2019 approved operating budget, and that this full-time dispatcher position is to fill a recent full-time vacancy in the Police Department dispatching staff. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that it herein authorizes the police chief to hire Caitlin Rutz at a starting wage rate of $19.16 per hour, grade 5, step 1 of the 2019 City of Jefferson compensation plan, and that she be given 9 days of PTO, year 1 of service on the City of Jefferson paid time off schedule on the first day of employment. Employment shall commence no later than Thursday, October 24th, 2019. I would so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Miller. In discussion?
This was unanimous at personnel.
Thank you. Any questions of the chief?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. If there are no questions or comments, all in favor of approval, please signify by saying aye as Amanda calls your name. No if you're opposed.
Alderman Miller.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Kraus.
Aye.
Byer.
Aye.
Peachy.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. Resolution number 46, a resolution authorizing the hire of a part-time patrol officer. Alderman Miller, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members, and citizens. City of Jefferson Resolution Number 46. Whereas Police Chief Pileggi has to fill a vacant position in the Police Department for a part-time patrol officer, and whereas the open part-time patrol officer position was recently vacated by a promotion, and whereas the open position was publicly advertised and interviews were conducted with 3 potential candidates of 12 applicants, and whereas Police Chief Pileggi is recommending that Yi Thao be hired by the City of Jefferson to fill a vacant position, and whereas the Personnel Committee, having reviewed the qualifications of Yi Thao and pursuant to Chief Pileggi recommending the hire of Yi Thao as a part-time patrol officer for the City of Jefferson Police Department to the Common Council, and whereas the Chief of Police has part-time funds allocated in his 2019 approved operating budget, and that this part-time patrol officer is to replace a current vacancy in the part-time patrol officer staff. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the Chief of Police is authorized to hire Yi Thao as a part-time patrol officer effective Wednesday, October 16th, 2019, as a part-time patrol officer for the City of Jefferson Police Department. The initial rate of pay shall be $16.50 per hour pursuant to the 2019 City of Jefferson non-represented pay resolution. I so move. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion, questions, or comments?
This was also unanimous at personnel.
Thank you. There are no other questions or comments. All in favor of approving the hire of Yi Thao for a part-time patrol officer, please signify by saying aye as Amanda calls your name.
Alderman Randall.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Kraus.
Aye.
Byer.
Aye.
Peachy.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
It's unanimous.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much,
Chief.
everybody. Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Tully, Mr. Peachy. On a voice vote, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
Near record time.